Hi my lovely ones, it's Ethony. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are brand new here. I have another Happy Mail First Impressions video. This time it's from Llewellyn. This is just one of the decks that they sent me. They also sent me some books, so we're going to be looking at those as well. I have been so excited for this deck because of the fact that we have now got a companion called the Witch Sister for another deck that many of you know, and it is very beloved. I'm going to go swap over cameras now so you can see me go through them and my first impressions and look at the cards. I'm really excited, and check out these books. So let's go and do that now. So I'm going to start with the books that I have been sent, and they are Witchcraft Discovered by Josephine Winter, The Hedge Witch's Little Book of Lunar Magic by Tudor, you know, the Tudors, and then Meditation and Tarot by Chanda Parkinson and forward by Barbara Moore. And this is a proof, so I'm not always, they're not always sent like the final product, but that means we can have a look. So let's start with The Hedge, which is Little Book of Lunar Magic. It's hardcover and oh my gosh, super cute. Love this blue, one of my favorite colors of blue. Okay, this is, okay, so these are the other little books that they have out. So we have Moon Facts, Getting Started, Lunar Lore, Myths and Legends, Deities and Beings, Moon Energy, Moon Correspondences, Crystals and Herbs, Magical Phases, the Full Moon, Seasons of the Moon, and Sabbats of the Moon. Oh, and I've knocked over my little guy. So this is highly decorated, like as you can see, these beautiful borders all the way through. So what a stunning little starter book to get you down the road of understanding moon lore and lots of different things you can do with the moon. Really, really sweet. We got spells in here, rituals, brews. How fun. Moving spells, what to do on each type of moon, Sabbats in the moon, and then a really, I think this is like the moon, moon months. Here we go, in the northern and southern. References, correspondence charts. Love a good correspondence chart at the back. And then if you're looking up anything as well, so if you want to do rituals, here's a list of rituals. What a great little book, and it has that beautiful reflective UV, I think it is, coating. So this is the Hedge Witch's Little Book of Lunar Magic. Gorge. Meditation and Tarot. So this is a book to connect with the cards to develop your inner vision. So I'll take that little paper out. So this is our author here. So this is coming out this year, 2024. Okay, so here's our contents. We have meditation basics, tarot basics, preparing to meditate with the tarot. These are all got 000 because it isn't a proof. Journal prompts, deciphering messages, sacred wisdom embedded in the tarot. Tarot astrology and meditation. I mean, this is great. Questions for the tarot, navigating, and then we have meditations for the swords, wands, pentacles, court. So grounding in those techniques, which is great. So this is a working book. So this is definitely a book that you want to get to deepen your knowledge of the cards, and if you're above a 101 tarot person, this is definitely a way to go. Meditations, oh my gosh, I keep knocking that over. Look, you're just going to go over there. You're retired for today, bro. Meditations, and then we have some information on each of the cards as well. which I love. So then we have a meditation on each of these. I wonder if there is going to be, you know, I would, for my meditations, I'm not a read a meditation and go and do it kind of girl. I need a guided meditation for many reasons. So I would record myself doing these meditations and then listen to it later. But this is really fun. I'm really looking to kind of going through this. It's been a while since we've had a meditation and tarot book come out. There have been a couple, but it has been a hot minute. So this is fabulous. I would recommend this to any above 101 students for tarot for sure. Yeah, fabulous. What a great book. Then we have Witchcraft Discovered, Magic, Ritual, and Enchantment for Head, Hands, and Heart. Love this pink gilding. Yes, yes, yes. The ADHD person loves the gilding. What a shocker. I keep forgetting to take these out. Okay, so she comes from an Alexandrian tradition. Okay, so no, sorry, Norse inspired and then later Alexandrian. So this is someone who's got some learning under their belt. Okay, so we have contents. Okay, the head is part 1, so orientation and what witches do. Part 2 is the hands, energy, the moon, the sun, and the planets, the wheel of the year, deity and spirit, the elements, the heart, tools, magic circle, ritual work, divination, herbs and plant, kitchen magic, talismans, and study, doing witchcraft, and now what? Appendix prompts for visual skills, love that. Then a big bibliography and glossary, and then here are all the exercises, which I really, really enjoy. So you know what you're looking at. A disclaimer, of course, and acknowledgements, and then, oh, look at the bunny. Look at this. So this is going to be a working book. So if you want to give someone a great place to start, this looks like it would be a great place to start. So basic skills, you know, you've got exercises in each section. You've got things to work through. This kind of reminds me of when I was a teenager and I found, you know, Silver Ravenwolf's books and Gardner's books, and you kind of go through, and Buckland's books, and you go through and you do all the exercises. Who else did that? Hands up if you did. So this is great. I love that we've got illustrations throughout here. Wonderful. I mean, you know what's really funny? So here we have the wheel, right? And so winter solstice in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. And I remember getting into such a big fight in Australia about how the Sabbats have to move for 6 months anyway. Oh, the early noughties. So for the reading, what a great journal prompts. What a fabulous beginner's book for magic. And I think, as it's called, Witchcraft Discovered, wonderful book to give anyone who wants to learn about modern witchcraft and Wicca and the differences in paganism. Fabulous. Really, really like how this is laid out too. So that is this little book. Okay, the first of 2 oracle decks they sent me is this one, which is the Visions of Duality inspiration cards. This is Lo Scarabeo. So some of my stuff is Lo Scarabeo in the deck department and some of it is Llewellyn. I was very lucky that they sent me a bit of both. Okay, these are the backs. Really beautiful. I like that they're simple back designs. How many cards have we got? Oh, it looks like they're suits, so I don't know. Okay, so it's 36 cards. The many faces of nature. Reasons of the heart. These are funky. Vision made prophecy. These are really cool. They're very I want to say, like, I love the mirroring in the deck. And I love the duality. Obviously, it's called the Visions of Duality, so you're getting a lot of reflections. It's kind of trippy. It kind of reminds me of like the movie Dune. It's kind of futuristic, or like Blade Runner. It's a little trippy, but it's beautiful. Yeah, this is fun. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I really like that one. You can have a lot of fun with this deck, for sure. But yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like fantasy, but fantasy, future fantasy, or a little bit, yeah. I'm definitely getting like Dune or Blade Runner vibes from this, if that makes sense. But really fun. So those are the cards, not all of them. And they're not gilded. They have a standard sort of oracle size for a lot of oracle cards, so bigger than a tarot. And then because it is Lo Scarabeo, we have more than one language in here, so you're going to find that the little book is a little bit smaller for the content that you get, because then we go into here and we have different languages, which is completely and absolutely fabulous, and that's one thing that Lo Scarabeo does very well. So I haven't read with this. I'll have to see how we go, but it is really bloody beautiful. Very cool little deck. Let me know if you have, if anyone has worked with this before. I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, this is The River, Sailing the Stream of Consciousness by Nick Bantock. And this is from Llewellyn. And it has the lovely magnetic clasped boxes that we all know and love, with a little ribbon there. Okay, so we're going to pop that here. These are big boys. Let me show you. I mean, this is a standard. I'm going to show you this in a minute. This is a standard tarot size box. So these are big boys. This kind of reminds me of the size of my Awakened Soul Oracle. Those are the backs. The cardstock is already bowing a little bit. I mean, I don't really care about that. It's not really something I'm concerned about. These are, I'm going to pop them down because they're quite big. These are meant to work on your consciousness, and this kind of reminds me a little bit of the soul cards, of it being a little abstract, of diving into the space. You can see there is a lot of texture in this, like if you can see up close, there's lots of texture in this deck, so you're going to be working with that as well. We have a bit of ephemera in here with like the postage. So this is not going to be for everyone, but this will definitely be a really interesting like journey deck, like journeying through your subconscious, and doing path working. And I'm going to look at the guidebook in a moment. But yeah, very interesting, and something I haven't seen, you know, before a lot of. You know, some of it's like, you know, okay, cool, that's Anubis, but you know, some of it you might not be quite sure maybe what you're looking at, and that I think is kind of the point. Kingfisher, beautiful. Yeah, what an interesting deck. It's very interesting. I think decks like the Ritual Tarot would work really well with this. There's a lot of collage decks I think this would work really, really well with, and I think a lot of people would really, really enjoy. Okay, so Following the River's Course, this is the book, so it's quite a nice book, and we get quite a bit of a chunk here, but this is also an an interesting layout. So here it's like everything goes well. Is that? Okay, so the lightning tree. And then a little bit of an insight. So really interesting. Very interesting. So we have seasons in here as well. Okay. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to scoot this up. Introduction, the spreads, the cards. I feel like this would be a very interesting deck to work with it through a number of, so you could like take all the summer ones out and work with them over the summer, one a week kind of thing. The spreads, asking the questions. So looks like there's quite a bit of information in here, but also a lot of openness. You can kind of go, and then we've got lots of these questions that we can ask ourselves. So yeah, really interesting. It's going to be really fun to work with this deck for sure. The next tarot deck is the Cersei Tarot by Llewellyn. I've been excited for this deck for a little while now. So it comes with the little white book. This looks like it's all in English. It is. Interesting. Usually Llewellyn has more than one language. Oh, you have to scan the QR code. That's clever. Maybe if you get it in Europe, though, it'll be different. You'll have the, French or Spanish or something, as the first language. These are the backs. Love the backs. Very standard Llewellyn stock, cardstock, and edges. I actually don't mind them whatsoever. I think they're quite good. Okay, interesting. This is really interesting. So we have Hermes, Mercury. Look at that. Poseidon is the emperor. So this is Greek mythology. Chiron, the Hierophant, Eros, and oh god, I can't remember her name. The one that Aphrodite gets really, is it Psyche? Aries for the Chariot. I'm not going to know all of these, but this is all based on Greek mythology. Zeus. This is cool. Hades, of course. Really interesting. So this is based not only, so I'd say that is the, gosh, I just watched Saltburn too. Minotaur in the Labyrinth. Pandora, probably. So this is cool, but also has a nod to the Rider-Waite symbols. This is rad. I really like this. Like that it's borderless. Like that there's small titles down the bottom. Everything is fully illustrated because, again, that's one of the things that I really prefer. I'm just going to skip through. Let's have a look at some of these courts. Really interesting. So it's going to be fun to go through this and have a look at the different, not a young page, interesting, the symbols in here and what is said in the book. Probably Heracles there. or Achilles. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to going through this and having a look at the actual the myths and legends that are in this deck. This is really very cool. Yeah, I like this. Let's have a look. So there's a page. Oh, I like the Queen of Swords. I think this will read really easily. It has a very burnt umber, you know, vase, you know, the vases in ancient Greece. I love all the coins. As someone who was, you know, in Europe last year, this is rad. I really like this, and I'm sure it'll read really, really well. So that's the Cersei Tarot by Lo Scarabeo. The next deck is the Spiritual Tarot. This is another one by Lo Scarabeo and has the lift top boxes. The extra card. Okay, I'll have a look at the book after. Oh my gosh. Picking things up with these nails, it's like almost impossible. And then another extra card. I do like these backs. They aren't reversible, but they are quite cute. This might be like the world image or something. Okay. Fool. Interesting. These are really interesting. I don't think I have anything by this artist. There's 3 people, Tarika, Lucia, and Francesca. So I'm not quite sure who did what, but this is like surreal, but watercolor, you know, goes into the tarot archetypes, but a little bit different here with that chariot. Look, I like the focus of the eyes in that chariot. That is so cool. It's like a serpent gown almost. Then we have a very guru-esque hermit. What an interesting deck. I love the borders and the title. It's that thicker Lo Scarabeo stock that you get in these types of boxes. I feel like you know what kind of card stock you're getting depending on the box. I really like that Hanged Man. This is really unique, very interesting. Oh, this devil card, very cool, very Matrix-esque. Kind of reminds me, this one, the tower, this reminds me a little bit of the Heimer or the gentleman who did the artwork for the Aliens movies. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that. So very terrestrial, but different. That's a beautiful sun card. Oh, look at the world. Wowee. This is kind of a trip, but I'm kind of here for it. Cups. Again, I don't want to go through all of them because we would be here all day. Interesting. Page, Knight, Queen, King. Okay, it's a very, very skinny people. Oh, I like that. Really like that card. This is really interesting. Yeah, really, really interesting deck. I really like that Wands. It's almost like there's a different mythology, a different time and place. For each one, and the swords. This is cool. It's going to be interesting to see how it reads, though, to be honest, because that's going to be all of it, isn't it? There's my queen. I have to look at my queen. She's really beautiful. What a cool deck. That is a really, really cool deck. Very different. but it looks like it will read very easily. So here we have the very traditional like multi-language, which is totally, you know, expected. Then we have the voice and the vision. I like that for each of the cards. That's kind of cool. Concept and meaning for the major arcana as well. That's really cool. I actually really want to read with this. Let me know if you have, because this looks like it'll read really, really well. And I'm interested to dive into it. So that's the Spiritual Tarot. We have another Low Scarabeo deck, the Inite Tarot. And this is very modern, very cute. Here we have the little white book again. It is multi-language. So you can use this deck for sessions of meditation and viewing. So there's lots of little things in here for you to work with, but very small kind of key phrases and words for each of the cards, which is, you know, pretty normal for a little Low Scarabeo, little white book. We call them that for a reason. I do really like these backs. I think they're very beautiful. This like terracotta vibe. Standard size for a Low Scarabeo deck. As you can see, I'm just going to move this actually. As you can see, this is modern, simplistic art. Really like that Magician. So this would be really great as a deck to give someone who is young at heart or younger, teens, tweens, and everyone in betweens, or young at heart, or someone who just really likes this sort of modern work. Lots of balancing poses and things like that. So that's, or meditation, yoga poses, you know, which makes sense. I do really like the titles. I like the design. I like you have the Roman numerals up there and the little hands. Beautiful Temperance card. See, and this is a great Tower card for those who find it a little difficult, I guess. But definitely for someone who likes the yoga and who enjoys moving their body. And then we're going into the Minor Arcana, and as you can see, it is fully illustrated. Yay! Oh my gosh, the Six of Cups is so cute. It's a very modern, this feels like it's a very modern, oh, the 10 is cute too. And then we have more poses. Oh, the Warrior, of course. The Queen, and then the Goddess instead of the King. So if you are a yoga, oh, I do like that. If you're a yoga person, this is, oh, that's sweet too. I really like that image. That's a beautiful image as well. These are really cute. These are really, really cute. I feel like someone who likes yoga would really, really, really like this. Oh, look at this Goddess. She's so sweet. I'm kind of digging this. And I don't even like, not even a real, I'm not a yoga person. I get so bored. That's gorgeous. Yeah, this is beautiful. Really, really lovely. So if you're into this, oh, look at that Goddess of Swords. She's so pretty. Really, really lovely. I really like that. This is the Inite Tarot. As I mentioned, very stock standard cardstock and little white book. But what a great little place to start if you like this modern interpretation and you're really into flow and movement of your body. Now we have the Witch Sister Tarot by Julia Jeffrey, and this is a deck that I know a lot of people have been waiting for because, as we know, this, well, if you don't know, I'm just going to have to move this off camera. This is the sister deck to the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. And I don't know where I know where the book is for my Tarot of the Hidden Realm, but my actual deck for the Tarot of the Hidden Realm is somewhere. I took it out of the big box, so I don't know where it is. But you didn't have the box, the same like lovely clasp box. It was the older boxes, so I think I chucked it. But this is a sister book, and the book last time was written by Barbara Moore, legend. This time it is all done by Julia. And this deck is going to be so great for a lot of people who are dying to work with a sister deck and have been waiting for this. They are unlike anything else, I think, because these are portrait-esque. This looks like Thorn. I wonder if that is meant to be Thorn, Moony. They have stories. They tell stories. This is a deck of ancestors, and it's very interesting when you start to get into the stories of each of these people. And I think it'll work absolutely beautifully with the Hidden Realm, Tarot of the Hidden Realm. This is the back. We have thistles, and it's just gorgeous. I've looked at this and I've read with this a little bit, so it's out of order. But they just speak to you. There is no other way around saying it. They just speak to you. I don't think this is, you can really say this is in a regular tradition of the tarot. It's just not. They have, and I'll show you in a minute when we get to the book, but there's stories that go with it. There's a myth. There's like ancestor work. There's a lot that's shown in the book. If you like Julia's artwork, I think supporting any artist by purchasing decks like this is just wonderful, because there's just so much work that goes into decks and into this to support it, and then do this deep dive. I feel like this would be like one of those decks where you pick a card and you really, really, really start to work with it in a deep way, like Flow instead of Temperance, Lord of the Forest instead of the Devil, the Elf Stroke instead of the Tower, Justice. So there are some that is the same, but here we have Initiation instead of the Hanged Man. So they have these really rich stories, and so for me this would be a deck that I would take my time with. I would work with this deck with its counterpart, with the other tarot deck, Tarot of Witch's Wisdom, something that is outside of the norm, but it is beautiful. I'm sure there's lots of walkthroughs of this deck because so many people, I love the Sun. Oh, he's just so fun. This reminds me of Pan and Kernanos and, all that cheekery. So I know there's a lot of people who've been really looking forward to this deck. Tarot of the Hidden Realm. There we go. Dream Fairies Inspirational Cards. I don't have that. I might have to go and hunt that down because then I've got all of them. So here we have the contents card of the Tarot Origins, First Steps, Major Arcana, Minor, Trees, Waters, Skies and Stones. So Wands, Cups, Swords and Pentacles. And then Spreads and Making Magic and some reflections. So yeah, this is going to be a deep one, guys, for sure. So we have a look here at the Fool. We have the Fool card here. Beautiful. We can see all that gorgeous detail with the hairs and the moon and the thistles. Then we have the divinatory meaning. So here's her story. Just beautiful. So this is one you want to take your time with, but it is stunning. I've been reading with it. I love it. I can't wait to pair it with her sister. I would work with this with the Frau decks as well. Let me know if you have this, if you've been working with it, and what you think in the comments, and if you're excited about it too. But this was high on my list of decks to get for last year, and I'm so glad I have it. thank you so much for sharing this with me and for watching. And who's excited for my book? I am thrilled. I cannot wait. Let me know in the comments below if you are going to go pre-order that copy of the book, and I will see you all next time.